Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Chapter 3, Lesson 6, Point Slope Form. Things that are in point slope form are in a very specific order. The equation for point slope is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And actually, this should be in red, because anything in red we're actually going to be replacing. So in order to write something in point slope form, you must be given both a point and the slope, or 2 points, so that you can solve for slope. So point slope form, you're going to replace y1, m, and x1 with the information given. You are then going to turn this point slope form into slope intercept, and I'll show you that. So if I told you we had a line that passes through the point -5, 6 and has a slope of 3, you would remember that in an ordered pair, this is x and this is y, and slope is m. We're now going to take these numbers and replace y, m, and x with the numbers provided, and they have to go in the right place. So your template is going to be y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Notice I'm using parentheses. You use parentheses to denote that you are substituting, and you do that so you don't miss a double negative when you put in signs. So y minus, it says y1, this is the y, so we'll put 6 here. M is slope, slope is 3, so we'll put 3 here. X is -5, we'll put -5 here. Now, if I had not put the parentheses, I might have seen that negative sign and said, oh, negative, and just put 5. Well, that's not right, because this is going to be negative, negative, making this +5 instead of -5. So now we're going to get rid of the extra parentheses. So y minus 6 equals 3 times x plus 5. Now this is in point slope form. So if you were asked to put it in point slope form, you would be done. If you are then asked to take it from point slope form to put it in slope intercept form, you're going to have to go one more step. So you're going to take this equation, y minus 6 equals 3 times x plus 5. You're going to distribute to get rid of the parentheses. So y minus 6 equals 3x plus 15. You're then going to solve for y. So you need to get rid of the -6. The opposite of -6 is +6. And you get that y equals 3x plus 21. Now, this is in slope intercept form. Okay, now we've done slope intercept form before. This is in y equals mx plus b format. So now we have it in point slope form and in slope intercept form. So we are able to take a point and a slope and write an equation, and then be able to transfer it all the way down to what is considered standard graphing equation, y equals mx plus b. So first we replace x, y, and m in the equation, then we solve the equation for y. What if instead of getting an equation and a point and a slope, what if instead they gave us 2 points? So what if they gave us the point 1, -1 and 2, 0, and told us that we needed to write an equation in point slope form and slope intercept form that goes through these 2 points? Well, you don't have a slope. So the first thing you have to do is find what m is. And remember, m equals y minus y over x minus x. So you're going to take your 2 points, 1 and -1, 1 and -1. And remember, the first number is on the bottom, 2 and 0, -1 and -0, or -1 minus 0 is -1. 1 minus 2 is -1. -1 divided by -1 equals 1. So our slope is 1. Now you're going to take one of these 2 points and put it into the equation. And I'm going to tell you right now, it does not matter. And I'm going to prove it to you. So if we have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, and this time we're going to use 1, -1. And over here, we're going to do it with 2, 0. So this would be y minus y equals x, equals m times x minus x. So remember, x, y, x, y. So y1 is x, so it goes here. -1 is the y, it goes here, and m is the 1. Okay? So negative, negative is positive. This is in point slope form. Okay, well, that's not what we're going to get if we do it over here, because we're going to get the 2, the 0, and the 1. And this is going to be y minus 0 equals 1 times x minus 2, or y equals 1 times x minus 2, because we don't need that 0. And this would be point slope form. These two aren't the same. Mrs. A, you said it didn't matter. Okay, well, we're not done yet. It does matter at the point slope form, but it does not matter when you get to slope intercept, which is where we're going. So let's finish this problem. Y plus 1 equals 1 times x is 1x. 1 times -1 is -1. We're going to subtract 1, or put a -1 on both sides. That's going to cancel, and y equals 1x minus 2. Over here, and this is slope intercept form. Over here, we're going to distribute. 1 times x is 1x. 1 times -2 is -2. And we are done with this one, and this is slope intercept form. Notice these two are the same. So it didn't matter if we used 1 and -1 or if we used 2 and 0. They will be different here at the point slope form, but they will not be different at the slope intercept form, because there's only one equation for this line, and that equation is y equals 1x minus 2. All right. Well, what if instead of giving you 2 points, they give you a picture? So here's our picture. We're going to have to graph this. So we have to do a couple of things. First, we're going to need to find a point. So we need a point, and then we need to know the slope. There's a point right here, and this point is left 1, down 3. Left 1, down 3. So that would be -1, -3. Our slope goes uphill, so we know it's positive. We're going to count from this point to this point. So we are going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to go over 1. So just to count that up again, we went up 1, 2, 3, 4, and we went over 1. So 4 over 1 is our slope, which equals 4. So then we have y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. We start with -1, which goes here at the end. The first goes to the end. The last goes to the first. And m goes for m. Negative, negative makes this positive. Negative, negative makes this positive. This is now in point slope format. Distribute. y plus 3 equals 4x plus 4. So add negative 3 to both sides, and y equals 4x plus 1. And this is now in slope-intercept form. So took your picture, you counted your slope, you found a point, plugged it into the equation, got rid of the double negatives, distributed, got rid of the number with y, you have it in slope-intercept form. Okay? Now finally, you're going to see things in word problems. Oh my God, Mrs. A, word problems. No big deal. Here they've given you a table. To find the slope here, so let's read this. The table shows the temperature at certain hours. Assuming the temperature change is linear, write an equation in point slope form to represent the temperature y at x hours. So here we see 35 to 39, this is plus 4. 1 to 2 is plus 1. M equals change on the right over change on the left, so this would be 4 over 1, which equals 4. And now we have 2 points. You can either pick 135 or 239. I'm just going to pick 135. I'm going to use the first point. Y minus y equals m times x minus x. I have came here, 4 is for m, so I'll put the 4 here. First is last, last is first. So y minus 35 equals 4 times x minus 1. We now have this in point slope form. We don't have to do anything else. That was all we were asked to do. Well, what if they don't give you a table in a word problem? What if instead they just give you words? Oh my, Mrs. A, what are we going to do? After 2 hours, a car travels 70 miles. Hours, miles. 2 hours, 70 miles. After 2.25 hours, it travels 78.75 miles. Well, I have my table. I can find my slope. So 70 to 78.75, this is going to be an increase of 8.75. Over here from 2 to 225 is going to be an increase of 0.25. So m equals 8.75 divided by 0.25. So you're going to put that into your handy dandy little calculator. Okay. And we're going to take 8, what, can you see it? 8.75. There. 8.75 divided by 0.25, and we're going to get 35. So our slope is 35, or 35 over 1. Again, it does not matter which point you choose to use to finish the problem off. I'm going to use the easy one. I'm going to use 2 and 70, so I don't have to deal with the decimals. So y minus y equals m times x minus x. M is 35, that goes here. 2 is first, so it goes last. 70 is last, so it goes first. And we have y minus 70 equals 35 times x minus 2. You were asked to write it in point slope form, and this therefore would be done. So some of it is doing slope, but you did slope before. This is not new. Some of it is doing having to solve for the slope intercept, which means you have to distribute and then add the opposite of the constant on the left to both sides. And sometimes you get to just leave it in slope intercept form. All right. this is all we had to do. I hope this made sense. I hope I didn't go too fast. And you guys take it easy. See you next time.